This is Kai for week 29 of It's Man's World FTM1. The topic this week is equality. I got about 9 minutes in before I realized I wasn't recording. So all that good information off the top of my head, you're not going to get that. I'm sorry. I'm going to just make a long story short. I don't feel discriminated against. The rules for gender reassignment in legal paperwork varies greatly in the states. Every state has a different rule. And name change has a different rule in every state. And I know that they're trying to simplify it for trans people, but it won't happen until next year. I don't feel discriminated against at my work, nor in restaurants, nor medically, but I don't really go to doctors. I don't really feel discriminated against really at all. I pay my taxes, I have a bank account, I have a cell phone, I have a job. America is a capitalist country. If I can pay for it, they'll do it, and they'll leave me the hell alone. So I feel pretty much left alone. Success. We have a trans coalition in DC that is trying to force businesses to have gender-neutral bathrooms. So they go into Starbucks and McDonald's and make them change their signs. They've been doing it for a couple of years. They seem to be fairly successful. A trans woman got beat up in DC. But it was kind of like a cat fight, and maybe that was a drag queen. Still, that happened, but there was a fight. Like she was getting harassed, but then she harassed back, and they started beating each other up. So, well, that's sick. I don't know if it was uncalled for. Yes, she was getting teased, but she played up to it and started attacking, and shit went down. It's not as bad as Russia. They're beating people up for being gay and having peaceful demonstrations. In Greece, I don't know if they're imprisoning or beating up or killing trans women, so that's fun. In Iran, it's illegal to be a gay man, so they give people transgender surgeries and stuff to become women instead of being gay men. But then they don't get given jobs, so they just sit around the street begging. So it's not that bad here. You have money, they'll leave you alone, and if you follow their red tape bullshit, they'll change your name, maybe even change your gender marker on things. Even your birth certificate, if you try hard enough. Depends on the state that you were born or whatever. I have it pretty easy. Other places don't. But it's different state to state. Depends on how close you are to the Bible Belt and the people that you're surrounded by. I don't seem to have any problems. But then again, I'm also an introvert, and I don't do anything really that special that would make people pay attention to me. But I also don't get kicked out of restaurants for having crazy hair. I've been in fancy restaurants with a mohawk, and that seems to be okay. And that's, I would think, more abrasive than being a different gender, which is none of their business, and they can't tell anyway. So I feel pretty good about my equality. If I was getting married, it would cause problems. I know there's, in Florida, for example, they don't let you change your gender marker unless you've had surgery. And they also don't allow gay marriage, or they didn't up until recently. So if you were trans and in a straight relationship, but your gender marker was still your birth marker, they wouldn't let you get married. But I don't want to get married, so I don't feel the pinch. Yeah, I do whatever I want, and I pay my way and pay my taxes. And it doesn't matter what my gender status is. I'm not really rocking the boat, just the talk. And I want to apologize to this channel. I love this channel a great deal, but I find that with my transition on hold longer and longer, and my life, sitting around, I'm just spinning my wheels. And these topics becoming very sort of topical to people who are more politically active or who have committed relationships, or who have had children. I find myself less and less able to relate to these topics, or less and less aware of what to say, because they're not things that I care about. I understand that with older trans people, they've probably attempted a heteronormative lifestyle, at least for a while. And most of them have kids or are with people who have kids. And even though I'm in my 30s, I seem to live the lifestyle of a teenager or a young college student. So I feel that a lot of these topics are a little bit beyond my scope or outside of my world of experience. Doing the best I can in providing information and at least being honest about my own experience, just so that people know that there are multiple ranges of experience even within the same age group. And I know that I'm sort of on the lower end of the age group, but while Chris, who's only a few years older than me, has a lot of these things to talk about, I don't. So hopefully a topic will come up soon that I can fully commit myself to answering. But anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you all follow me next week for week 30. Which I don't remember what it is, but we'll talk about it next week. You guys have a lovely Sunday. Cut out.